Hello everyone, welcome back to another More Shipping Dude YouTube video. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who watched the first one, the Q&A. I know it was pretty long, but if you watched it or even just watched a little bit, thank you for watching that. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, but hopefully you got to know me a little better, or at least, got a little entertainment out of it. So today what we're going to be doing is an Ash Alola team prediction video, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do last week, but I've got a little bit of time this week, and we're going to give it a shot. That's my cat. She's decided to get herself into the video. So let's see. What I'm going to be doing is going to be showing the... shut up. Alright, sorry about that. I think my cat's done with her meowing, so we can get right back to it. So I think for this prediction video, what I'll do is I'll just kind of give my thoughts on the Pokemon kind of one at a time as I think they might go through their evolution stage with each new capture and each evolution. Kind of think of maybe what their roles might be as they move along. So first off, I guess we'll start with Pikachu. Um, I won't stay on this one very long. Just I'll say that Pikachu's probably going to have a bigger role, at least in my opinion. I think he'll have a bigger role this series. He might even get himself to be the ace Pokemon by the end. I think he'll just they want to show off that Z move, and I feel like in the games even they've given Pikachu a bigger role again, and I think Gigavolt Havoc will play a big role. Next up, I'm just going to include Rotom Dex as part of the team. I know he won't be battling, but I think he'll be a good member of the team just for comedy, and I've liked him so far. I think his first couple of episodes, he's been a pretty good member, and I think he'll be a good character. Next up is Rowlet. Obviously, we know Rowlet was caught in the last episode, but I think he won't be the main starter. It looks like that's going to be Litten, but I like that the flying type pattern is continuing. I guess it went a little far the last series, but Rowlet should be good for that. I think that was mainly why he was caught to be the flying type, but I think they'll still want to show off the other starter as well that Ash gets here with Rowlet, and I think he should still have a pretty good role, and he's popular enough that a lot of people would like to see him shine in the series. Next up is Litten. It looks like Litten is probably going to continue that pattern of either abandoned or strayed fire types that Ash gets. I'm thinking Ash will probably save Litten, and it looks like Litten's probably distrustful of most humans. So I think when Ash saves him, he'll probably grow to trust Ash, and then he'll join up with the team at the end of the episode, and then Ash will have himself a pretty good fire type. I think that'll be good to see since Talonflame, the only fire type move he knew was Flame Charge. So hopefully Litten learns more than that, and maybe that Z move by the end will be pretty useful. Next up, I think is going to be Grubbin. I just think this because the opening shows looks like it shows Ash catching a Grubbin, And I think it'd be a pretty good member for the team too. I'd like to see Ash get another bug type. And at this stage of evolution, it might be they might be able to do some of that comedy stuff with the pincers pinching Ash, just like in the first episode. I don't know, um, but I think it should be an interesting member. And then once it evolves, it'll be interesting to see Ash using another Pokemon with electric type moves other than Pikachu, because I don't think he's ever had one other than Pikachu that can use electric type moves. Next up, I think it's going to be Rockruff. This one is a bit of a weaker prediction, but I just think it's pretty popular Pokemon, and people would probably like to see Ash get it. I think it's a good one to show off just kind of the bonds that Ash develops with his Pokemon. Just because I think one of the Pokedex entries in one of the games talks about how it's a loyal Pokemon and how it develops a strong bond with its trainer. So I think that just sounds like a perfect Pokemon for Ash, and its popularity helps. And it gets a pretty good Z move there with the Rock type Z Crystal. So they might want to show that off as well. And I think it could be interesting to see it interact with Kukui's Rockruff, or there's the trial captain who will have a Lysand Rock, so maybe once it evolves it can battle that, or one of them. Next up is Charge-a-Bug. I think Grubbin will evolve into Charge-a-Bug after that. Probably won't have too much focus on it. It's a bit of an odd looking Pokemon, but in its evolution episode, it'll probably evolve maybe against Team Rocket or something. But they might use it as an opportunity to another show off an electric type move from Charge a Bug, and that might be interesting. After Pikachu being the only one after all this time. Next up, I think Rowlet will evolve into Dartrix. I think Dartrix will get plenty of focus on it. It'll probably use that grass type Z move a few times. It'll probably get a big win in a trial or two. It'll still have that kind of flying type focus, but I think it'll get plenty of focus just being a starter Pokemon, and it'll probably get some big wins. After that, I think Litten will evolve. There's probably going to be plenty of focus on that. I think it's going to be the main starter that Ash has. I think it'll just probably evolve out of just kind of Ash showing his loyalty for it, to show how far it's come after Ash has taken over training it. And then maybe we'll see another Z move out of it with the fire type Z move. Next up, I think Ash is going to be catching a Alolan Sandshrew. And I think this is mainly just because I think they want to show off Ash having an Alola form Pokemon. I think Sandshrew fits the most out of all of them. I know Executor is pretty popular, but I think they've already got the Rowlet line for the grass type, so um, I think Sandshrew would fit the most based on type and also appearance. Ash already has a Muck, so Alolan Muck wouldn't really make much sense. Golem, he's got Rockruff for the Rock type, and it looks like Lily will probably get Vulpix at some point. So I think Sandshrews just good. I think it fits Ash even as a regular Sandshrew. So Alolan Sandshrew should be interesting to see if he gets it. I think he will. maybe. Then I think Rockruff will evolve into Lysandrock, the midday form, uh, just mainly because I think that appearance fits Ash more. I think the other one just kind of looks evil, I guess, and I think the midday form just fits Ash's personality more. I think it'll probably be a fairly important member of the team at this point. It'll probably get a big win in a trial or something, and then this will also show off that the bond with the trainer. After that, I think Charger Bug will finally evolve into Vikavolt, and I don't think they'll have to go by the game rules with this. They don't necessarily have to wait until the final island, but maybe that'll be when it happens. But I don't think they'll have to go with that. They can change the rules in the anime sometimes. So I think maybe we'll see Vikavolt using maybe Gigavolt Havoc as well as Pikachu at some point, because of it being an electric type. So I think that should be interesting. I think it should have a pretty big role. It might be the new Heracross powerful bug type. After that, I think Dartrix will finally evolve into Decidueye, and here I think it should get a few episodes, being a powerful Pokemon for Ash. It'll be interesting to see this since it's a ghost type, and I think that'll be the first ghost type that Ash gets. We'll probably get to see the exclusive Z move for it, and I think that should be cool to see. I don't think it's going to be the main one in the end, but I think it'll hopefully get more of a role on the team than someone like Torterra did in Diamond and Pearl. Now I don't think Incineroar actually fits Ash, but they could make it work probably, um, and I think it will. I think Torcat will evolve into Incineroar. They'll be able to show off its exclusive Z move, and I think it should have a pretty big role. I think it'll probably be the ace of the region. Uh, and I think it should get a lot of wins. It'll probably be pretty important for the villain arc and whatever league shows up in the anime. And finally, I think Alola and Sandslash will evolve. Uh, it won't necessarily be an important member of the team. It might end up getting stuck as the Noivern of the team, but I think it'll still have a decent role, and it should be interesting to see how it works. Should be powerful enough to at least show off some some skill. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much with that, but hopefully it doesn't get ignored in the end. Uh, Finally, I think Greninja will show up again. It might be after the league, it might be before, but definitely for the villain arc. Um, I just think that it wasn't fully explained in the in XYZ, the Bond phenomenon. I don't think the story was really finished. So I think Greninja will return, and hopefully along with some other XYZ characters. I think Zygarde will also return as well. Um, they're both in the games, so maybe that's a hint that they'll return. And I think he'll have a big role in the Ultra Beast fighting, and if it happens before the league, it'd be nice to see that happen again. Uh, but they will want to show off the Alola Pokemon as well. So I see it happening after the league, whatever kind of league they have. All right. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be seeing what you guys think about the Pokemon that Ash will be getting throughout the Sun and Moon anime. So the first one here is from B McGee 628 on Twitter. He thinks that Ash will be getting Sandslash as well, along with Greninja, Decidueye, Incineroar, and the different choices he has are Mudsail and Passimian. I think that's a pretty interesting team. I think it works well with types. I think Mudsail would be a pretty interesting one to see. With it's so big, um, so seeing Ash use another Pokemon kind of like Gudra or Torterra or Snorlax, having that big Pokemon, that'd be interesting to see. Hopefully, it works a little better than with Torterra and Gudra, I guess, as well. I think that'd be neat to see. And Passimian would be a good one, I think. Having that fighting type, I think it's that I like the fighting type, so that'd be kind of cool. I think I can see this team happening, but I guess we'll just have to see. I think it makes sense. So these are pretty good choices. I think they all fit Ash too. Next one is from a more theorizer. We've got Rockruff, Crabrawler, Vikavolt, Decidueye, and Incineroar. I think that makes sense. It's pretty similar to mine. I think Crabrawler is a good choice because Ash does have those crab Pokemon with or lobster, I guess, with Corphish. I don't know, whatever he is, but he's got Kingler and Corphish, so that kind of fits with that kind of look. And then it's fighting type, so I think that'd be interesting to see. I think that would fit Ash too. I almost put that one in mine actually. And Rockruff not fully evolved. I think that'd be fine. I think people might get attached to Rockruff being the first stage, so I could see that happening too. And it could be as strong as the writers want it to be. So I think it'd be fine if it didn't evolve, and as long as as long as Ash was able to make it work. Next one we have from Edgy Alert 911. He thinks that Drampa and Lycanroc Midnight form will show up along with Greninja. Um, I like those choices. I still think Lycanroc is more likely to be the midday form if Ash gets it. I don't think this one fits the personality, but I guess Incineroar doesn't as well to me. But I think Ash is gonna get that, so um, maybe if he gets Incineroar, that would actually kind of fit better. And Drampa, I do think that's a pretty good Ash Pokemon. Uh, I think it has a look like it might work well with the whole comedy thing. It might provide some entertaining moments. And then we've got from who we have next. We've got Johnny, um, 2002. You think Passimian, Pumuku, um, Pumuku, I can't pronounce that, and Crabrawler, and Komala, along with Pissimian. Crabrawler, I think I've already said that that makes sense. Uh, Pissimian, maybe they won't be on the same. Maybe Ash won't get both of those since they're both fighting types. Um, but I think either of them would make sense for Ash. I think they both work. Um, the water type, I think that might be interesting. That might be more like a Pokemon for Lily or something. But maybe with how the trials work, that might actually it might not be as much battling. So maybe that one works with Ash. Uh, maybe that maybe that will be how they make a Pokemon like that work for him. And Kamala, I think that might be an interesting Pokemon because they might be able to make that one work. Just kind of, it doesn't look strong, but then maybe all of a sudden it turns out to be strong. I think that would actually work pretty well. And then we got from Kifaza 1, uh, pretty similar to the other teams. Got Midnight Form, Lysandrock, Crabrawler, Pikipek, along with the other ones that most of us predicted. Um, Lysandrock, I like I said, I don't. I think midday form fits Ash more, but maybe with Incineroar that one works. Crabrawler, I think that one works. Um, I don't think Picky Peck is going to be joining the team. I think that might have been the point with the last episode. It was kind of like Ash was getting Rowlet out of all that. Rowlet was taking the role of the flying type that Ash gets. So I don't think Picky Peck will show up, but maybe. I mean, Ash does get those a lot. And last series showed that flying types definitely show up a lot for Ash. All right, so that wraps up the video for today. Thank you for watching. I'd love to know what you all think about my predictions, the other predictions, and even what your own predictions may be. So go ahead and comment what you think Ash might get, even what the other characters might get. And maybe we can have a little contest to see who gets the most right, maybe. Should be interesting to see. Hopefully, Ash gets some pretty cool Pokemon, whether they're with my predictions or the others or not. Uh, Looks like it should be a pretty good series so far. But the Pokemon that Ash gets will have a big impact on that. So thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you next time.